All right. I'm honored to be able to speak to you today on such an important occasion. She read my biography, so I won't belabor and go over all that with you. But I just want you to know that I really appreciate y'all being here today. The reason that we're here today is to honor those fallen service members and remember the sacrifices that they've made in honor of duty, honor, and our country. Today, people throughout the country will gather together to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Before I get too far along, I'd like to recognize once again the Gold Star families. Their sacrifices also while we're here today. Memorial Day is a day to remember those men and women who died while serving in the armed forces of our great nation. Memorial Day, while precious to all veterans, is not Veterans Day. That day is in November. That said, veterans are some of the biggest observers of Memorial Day, as they have often been closest to those who've made the ultimate sacrifice that we honor today. Your attendance here today marks you as someone who understands the meaning of Memorial Day. But if you'll indulge me, some of our younger attendees might not know some of its history. Memorial Day was a response to the unprecedented carnage that occurred during our nation's Civil War, in which over 620,000 soldiers on both sides died. The loss of life and its effect on various communities throughout our country led to many different types of spontaneous commemorations of the dead. In the North, General John A. Logan, who was the commander of the Grand Army of the Republic, which was a veteran service organization, said on May 5th, 1868, he issued what was called General Order 11 to his organization, which set aside the date of May 30th, 1868, and I quote, "for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the Civil War." The order expressed hope that the observance would be kept up from year to year while a survivor of the war remained to honor the memory of his departed comrades. The holiday was long known as Decoration Day for the practice of decorating graves with flowers, wreaths, and flags. The date of Decoration Day, as he called it, was chosen because it was one of the days that didn't have an anniversary associated with any particular battle of the Civil War. Several southern states, including Tennessee, have an additional day for honoring Confederate War Day, June 3rd in both Louisiana and Tennessee. The holiday truly became a national holiday after World War I due to the large number of dead from all parts of our great country. The name Memorial Day goes back to 1882, but the older name Decoration Day didn't really disappear until after World War II. Federal law declared Memorial Day the official name in 1967. It is now celebrated in almost every state on the last Monday in May with the congressional passage of the National Holiday Act in 1971. This helped ensure three-day weekends for most federal holidays. Recognizing that that might not be enough, in 2000, Congress and the President signed into law a national moment of remembrance, which asks Americans to pause for 1 minute at 3 p.m. in an act of national unity. The time chosen because 3 p.m. is a time when most Americans are enjoying the freedoms on the national holiday. Now that I've had an opportunity to speak a little about the history of this holiday, I'd like to turn the focus back onto those who have actually made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. The service members that we honor today came from all walks of life, but they shared several fundamental qualities. They possessed courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity. All qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. They didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They certainly didn't want to go to war because they loved fighting. They were called to be a part of something bigger than themselves. The Greek historian Thucydides once said, "The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what it is before them, glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding, go out to meet it." Now, while I'm sure many of us really enjoy quotes from Greek historians, a more modern quote is probably easier for all of us to relate to. The great John Wayne once said, "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway." They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in difficult times. They rose to our nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given them, us, so much. Over 1 million American service members have died in wars that our nation has been involved in since the first colonial soldiers took up arms in 1775. Many of them died protecting one another. But they served so that we could keep the things that we love the most: God, country, family. By continuing to remain true to these cherished principles, we honor their sacrifice. Today, service members continue to make the ultimate sacrifice, and yet more Americans are still stepping forward to say, "I'm ready to serve." They follow in the footsteps of generations of fine Americans before them. Our gathering here today is just one of many that will fan the flames of pride that burn across our nation. It may not seem like a lot, but today's gathering is one very visible way that we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can continue to live in peace and freedom. From those who shivered through winter in Europe or sweated through the humid heat in the Pacific in World War II, to the extreme cold and summer heat of Korea, to the hot, humid, hazy jungles of Vietnam, throughout the Cold War, and now to the young man or woman patrolling the deserts and mountains in Afghanistan, we remember and honor them all. Your presence here today, and that of the people gathering all across America, is a fine tribute to those lost servicemen and women and to their families. It is a way that we say we remember. In closing, I'd ask that for the remainder of the day, in whatever activity you choose to do, be it a simple backyard barbecue, time out on the lake, or a small family gathering, enjoy them. Remember that they were a privilege bought from the sacrifice of those we honor today. I'd like to thank you for attending. May God bless you and your families. May God bless our troops. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.